But I can't blame 50 Cent, for example, when he sits up there and he's tweeting, Eric Adams, I need you to explain this to me. What the hell is going on? Maybe we should consider Trump. When he says something like that, like you can see right here, what he's saying when he said it on his social media page, I can't blame 50 Cent for that. You want to sit up there and excoriate Ice Cube now when he didn't pick sides in 2020? When he wasn't telling you to vote for Biden or Trump, he was just saying, yo, I want to present a plan for black America and see who's willing to listen. And Trump gave the okay and the impression he was willing to listen.
Yes.
You want to call Ice Cube a sellout now?
Let Stephen A. Smith crack open the aged wine barrel with the information here. So basically what we're getting into is what a lot of people are getting upset about. Okay. And this is kind of a festering blister that's been going on for several years, right? I mean, we can go all the way back to the Reagan administration when he granted amnesty to millions of illegal immigrants. Okay. You want to call them immigrants? I think everybody in this country is an immigrant. Native Americans are immigrants. Okay. Everybody that ever laid foot in this country is an immigrant. Okay. So let's just get that off the top right now. Facts is what it is. So he goes on this little rant, and there's several things that I want to point out that if you don't know, you should know. Okay. And I just think it's fascinating that most people are not aware, or they don't want to be aware what actually is going on. Okay. But when it takes a lot of high profile people to say something and take that risk of being chastised for their opinions, whether it's Aaron Rodgers or Ice Cube or 50 Cent, some of these other guys, even, Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman, when they say something that's, against the grain, people are going to perk up, and you're going to have people that agree, and you're going to have people that adamantly disagree. And what I think is, I'll share you a couple of quotes, actually, what these people said, but it's just, I've talked to a lot of people, several dozen people every week, and whatever cross section of society they come from, they all agree on the same thing, that there's definitely a plan with the immigration. There's definitely something that's fishy going on, and whatever it's allowed to be phased in is not adhering to a lot of what people that are suffering in this country. Even, it's just getting to the point where the common citizen can't say no. They just are brushed aside, and these people that have an agenda, and they're both the uniparty, whether they're Democrats or Republican, they both have an agenda with this money situation, and it's getting way, like the coffers are open, and they don't understand that there's a debt that has to be paid, and it's going to come rolling down the hill, and it's gaining steam. It's gaining steam. So let's jump into this clip here and see what he's got to say.
What it came down to for me is this. I see homeless folks in the streets of New York all the time that are American citizens. I damn sure see them in California. We've got poor, impoverished, starving people who were born and raised in this nation. How in the hell do we come up with a $53 million pilot program for illegals, but folks who are here legally are born here, we don't have enough of them?
So he goes further into what I've been trying to say this for years. And it's, if there's videos out there to show you where the Democratic Party came from, what they're all about. And all of a sudden they made this switch, like they started pandering to people of color, right? So now I think that their understanding is that a lot of the immigration coming in from the southern border, as far as South Americans, I think a lot of American blacks will understand that they're trying to be replaced as well as the white. They they just use people and they throw them away. All the I'm not saying this goes for both of them because Republicans are not doing anything either to shut this border down. I mean, Trump did. He tried to do his best. He wanted $1 billion to secure this border, and we're handing hundreds of billions of dollars over to Ukraine to help them secure their border. It's sometimes you got to say, you know what? If I was dreaming, I still wouldn't believe I was dreaming. So what he goes on to say is that let's listen to the clip.
Just like we could come up with billions for Ukraine, but somehow, some way, we can't fix the homeless problem. I'm down for helping Israel. I'm down for helping address the situations with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Okay? I'm down for helping the Ukrainians and fighting off Russia. What about poor and desolate citizens here? How the hell do you print money for foreign countries, but you don't print that money to help eradicate folks that are starving right here in the streets of America who were born and raised here? This is what I'm talking about. And so when you have something like that, what's the one way to eradicate it? Yes, you got to have a flourishing economy. Yes, you can't have inflation. Yes, you can't be on the verge of a recession. Milk don't need to cost $7. Bread don't need to cost $5. Don't get me started with how much sugar costs. You can talk about employment all you want to. You can talk about the labor participation rate. But guess what? If you ain't making no damn money and you got to get two jobs to pay the same prices or to buy the same amount of stuff that you used to buy and the price is higher than it used to be because of inflation, then guess what? What are you really accomplishing? That's why Trump is on the verge of getting elected.
So Stephen A. goes on and to his rant about, the black vote from 2016 and 2020 and then 2024. Let's listen to what he has to say.
But I can't blame 50 Cent, for example, when he sits up there and he's tweeting, Eric Adams, I need you to explain this to me. What the hell is going on? Maybe we should consider Trump. When he says something like that, like you can see right here, what he's saying when he said it on his social media page, I can't blame 50 Cent for that. You want to sit up there and excoriate Ice Cube now when he didn't pick sides in 2020, when he wasn't telling you to vote for Biden or Trump? He was just saying, yo, I want to present a plan for black America and see who's willing to listen. And Trump gave the okay and the impression he was willing to listen. You want to call Ice Cube a sellout now? Trump got 12% of the black vote in 2016. He got 16% of the black vote in 2020. They're projecting he's going to get more than 20% of the black vote in this upcoming election. That's what they're saying. And who's to say black folks would be wrong to vote for him?
Yeah, there's when you're handing out money like they're doing, I mean, I've seen reports that they're giving $2,000 a month debit cards. Obviously, we've all seen them in these hotels, 5-star hotels.
¿Por cuánto tiempo han estado quedándose aquí en Oro Hotel?
Desde que yo llegué, de julio,
¿Cuántos meses es eso?
como 7 meses.
¿Y han tenido que pagar alojamiento?
No, nada, no he pagado nada.
Es 100% gratis.
Sí, sí.
¿Y le dan almuerzo, desayuno?
Sí, sí, le dan cosas del niño, personales, nos dan pañales, lo que necesiten ellos.
¿Y ahí en el hotel hacen limpieza de las puertas?
Sí, hacen. Sí, todos los días hacen limpieza, cambian las sábanas, hacen aseo.
¿Todos los días hacen eso?
Sí, todos los días.
In New York City, and they're getting 3 meals a day. And, they're getting alcohol, they're drinking. And they're in Colorado, one of the hospitals there are going bankrupt because all the money that they're spending on these illegals are skyrocketing, and they don't have anybody to pay the bills for there, and the government not helping them out. Biden administration's not helping them out in Chicago.
This morning I heard Mayor Brandon Johnson say that the sentiment in the black community is waning. A lie. The sentiment is not waning. We are not okay with you taking our resources and giving them to people who don't live here. As Mark stated before, you are preparing housing for them. One of the reasons that the city of Chicago was able to close 50 schools was because of the black flight. And the reason we had a black flight was because there is no affordable housing in this city. It is because the city of Chicago shut down the voucher system so that blacks who needed to get affordable housing could not. So they had no choice but to flee to other states. But now you found money for the migrants. That's right.
Finding other forms or taking kids out of school to put these illegals into the schools. I mean, just one thing after another you hear, and it's like, it's obviously to break the string. I mean, eventually, I don't care when it is, if it's a month or a year or whatever it is, that, it's going to come calling. The clock's going to strike midnight, and these people are not going to have a means. I mean, if we fell into recession or even, God forbid, a depression, these people are going to be desperate because they don't have family, they don't have finances. The government not going to be handing them money out. They're going to turn to any way they can to survive. It's going to be nasty, and they've already talked about giving these people, citizenship if they join U.S. military. I mean, it's all kinds of crazy stuff.
Says that if you're an undocumented person in this country and you can pass the physical and the required test, background test, the like, you can serve in our military, and if you do it honorably, we will make you citizens of the United States.
And the birth rate now is down in the United States, and we're bringing in people. Now, what I don't understand is if these people are going to come over and do all the jobs that we don't want to do, then what are the jobs that Americans are doing that they'll sacrifice their jobs for? I mean, everybody sees it, but they sweep it under the rug or they ignore it, hoping to go away. It's almost like something, a physical, situation. People just hopefully it goes away, and if it gets worse and worse before next thing, they're being hauled away in a ambulance. But yeah, another video, another day, another concern. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video.